Long ago, when the world was still young and forests whispered ancient hymns to the winds, there lived a man named Ratnakar. He was born into a simple family but strayed from the path of righteousness. Destiny led him into the dense forests where he became a hunter, skilled, fierce, and unyielding. Over time his greed grew, and he turned into a highway robber, stopping travelers and stealing whatever they carried. His life was steeped in ignorance, far away from the light of virtue. One day Ratnakar stopped a group of holy sages who were passing through the forest. Among them was the great Sage Narada, a divine wanderer known for spreading the name of the Lord wherever he went. When Ratnakar demanded their wealth, Sage Narada looked upon him with compassion, seeing not a thief, but a soul waiting for awakening. He asked Ratnakar why he chose this path of violence. The robber replied that he did it for his family, to feed and support them. Then Narada gently asked him to return home and ask his family if they would share in the sins he committed for their sake. Confident, Ratnakar went home and asked his wife and children. To his surprise, they refused, saying they were willing to share his food and comfort, but not the burden of his sins. Shaken by their words, Ratnakar's heart trembled for the first time. He returned to Sage Narada, humbled and lost. The sage told him that there was only one way to free himself: by meditating on the name of the Lord. Ratnakar wished to repeat the name Rama, but his tongue was too impure to utter it. Narada, with divine compassion, instructed him instead to repeat the word Mara, which meant kill. But when repeated continuously, it became Rama, the sacred name of the Lord. So began Ratnakar's penance. He sat in deep meditation beneath a tree, chanting, Mara, Mara, for years that turned into decades. Ants built a mound around him, covering his body completely. Yet he remained still, lost in divine contemplation. When Sage Narada returned, he brushed away the anthill and blessed him, saying that Ratnakar had been reborn, not as a sinner, but as a sage. From that moment, he was called Valmiki, derived from Valmik, meaning anthill. Thus, the robber Ratnakar became Sage Valmiki, the first poet of the world. Years passed, and Valmiki established his hermitage by the banks of the Tamsa River, near the forests of Chitrakoot. He spent his days in meditation, teaching disciples, and guiding all who came seeking wisdom. One day, while walking by the river, he witnessed a pair of crauncha birds dancing joyfully in love. Suddenly, a hunter's arrow struck the male bird, and it fell to the ground, lifeless, while the female cried in sorrow. For the first time, Valmiki's heart was pierced by compassion so deep that divine words flowed from his lips, not as prose, but as verse. The grief and emotion within him took form as the first ever shloka, the foundation of Sanskrit poetry, a spontaneous rhythm born from pain and divine inspiration. That moment marked the birth of poetry, and Sage Valmiki became the Adi Kavi, the first poet. Shortly after this event, Lord Brahma himself appeared before Valmiki. The creator blessed the sage, saying that his heart had now become pure enough to receive divine inspiration. Brahma revealed to him that he was chosen to compose the story of Lord Rama, the incarnation of Lord Vishnu, the embodiment of Dharma, and the ideal of human virtue. Through divine vision, Valmiki was granted the ability to witness every event of Rama's life, from his birth in Ayodhya to his exile, the abduction of Sita, the great war in Lanka, and his return as king. Every moment unfolded before the sage like a celestial play. Inspired, he began composing the Ramayana, not as a mere tale, but as an immortal epic filled with devotion, wisdom, and truth. With each verse, Valmiki's ashram echoed with sacred sound. The story of Rama's life took shape in 24,000 verses, divided into 7 books known as Kandas. It became not only a chronicle of divine events, but also a mirror to human life. teaching righteousness, love, courage, and sacrifice. The divine poetry flowed effortlessly, blessed by Brahma himself, ensuring that the Ramayana would live for eternity. As the years passed, Valmiki continued to spread the teachings of Dharma. When Lord Rama sent Sita away to the forest, she found refuge in Valmiki's ashram. There, under his care, she gave birth to twin sons, Lava and Kusha. Sage Valmiki raised them with deep love and trained them in all sacred knowledge, archery, and the art of music. When they grew older, he taught them to sing the Ramayana, the story of their own divine parents, without revealing their true identity. The twin boys sang the Ramayana in the courts of Ayodhya, captivating everyone who heard them. Even Lord Rama himself was moved to tears by their song, realizing that they were his sons. Thus, Sage Valmiki's composition not only preserved the divine story, but also became the bridge that reunited Rama's family. Through his penance, transformation, and divine inspiration, Sage Valmiki became a symbol of redemption, proof that even the most fallen can rise to divinity through devotion and truth. His Ramayana transcended time, language, and boundaries, spreading across lands and generations. It became a source of moral strength and spiritual awakening for millions. To this day, Sage Valmiki is revered not only as the author of the Ramayana, but as a living embodiment of inner transformation, from darkness to light, from sin to sanctity. His journey reminds humanity that the divine can manifest in any heart that turns sincerely toward truth. And thus, through the grace of the Lord and the compassion of a sage, the Ramayana, the eternal story of righteousness, was born, echoing across ages as the soul of Sanatan Dharma. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Mythology Medley. Click the bell icon for more such amazing mythological content.